Here are your gap and go trades for the week of August 12th through the 16th. I will go over your price targets on the 5-minute time frame, have a gap recap from the week of August 5th through the 9th, and update the chart as well. Hi everyone, it's Dow on the Dow. First up is Tesla. We ended the week at $200, up 0.58%. This is where we landed. To the north side takes us to one level of resistance and a potential take profit area at 202.67. 205.03, and at 4 standard deviations, roughly 207.41. To the south side, back at the middle of the trend and the baseline, and one level of support, 197.89, 193.13. Let me move this out of the way. 190.76 and 188.29. Note this wick to the south side got bought up, and this gap right here opened up on Monday. Oh, I forgot. Let me do one other thing. I will mark this out. It actually opened up Friday night, and we played it to this level right here at the high last week at 203.85, but we did not touch it all the way up here. So we gapped down, so I anticipate it to fill to the upside, and this gap will be in play for the upcoming week. And note the sell-off up here at resistance, and then the buy-in here at support and support as well. Next up is, oh, wait a minute, I have one other thing to do. I need to clean up this gap as well. So we gap down. I anticipate it to fill on the way up. We tickled it up here, but we did not finish the gap to the upside. We did not complete it, so that is still in play to the upside at 246.23. And then we have another one up here. There are many gaps to the upside because, as you know, we have tanked to the south side, but the channel is not as steep. This channel going down is not as steep as it has been in the past. And then we have a gap to the south side that takes us to 144.88. Oh wait, and we have this gap. All these gaps filled to the upside, and then these are the gaps that will fill to the south side. What is, okay, this one has not, oh, yep, it touched right here. I did not draw that out, so that's why I like to look back and do that. It closed out on Friday, the 14th of June, so that's done. And we've got other gaps to the upside, but we are not in that channel, not in the zone, not even close. Just play the channel that you are in. -2 and 2 standard deviations all day long. Boeing is up next. We ended the week at 167.91, down 0.57%. This is where we are. To the upside, back at the baseline, 168.13, 170.38, 171.52, 172.68. To the south side, 165.88, 164.70, and 163.62. This gap opened up, still in play to the south side. And it looks like we have a gap here that's hidden behind this. Yep. Let me draw this out. So we gapped down, as we have been doing a lot lately with Boeing, if you've tracked this ticker. So I anticipate it to fill to the upside. And let me draw the line back. Oh, that's correct. It was over Thursday. Huh. I feel like there's a big, oh no. I thought there was a line that I needed to create, but I did not. It's there. All right. But this is slightly off. There. All right. So this is still in play for the upcoming week. And what else? Oh, we've got this gap to the upside. So I'm tracking from this point, Monday to Friday, and we are in an upward channel with Boeing. Thank goodness. So let me mark out this. That's roughly 169.70 is where it closes, and this one will take us down to 163.40. Are there other gaps? No. Not that I'm tracking anyway. All right. Dash is the next one. So we started last week at 117.23, went as high as what? Move this. As high as 126.38. All right. So first, your price targets. 124.41, 126.11, 126.89, and 127.75 to the south side. 122.72, 121.91, and 121.07 looking left. Note the bounce here at support up to resistance from where we were, and then grinding sideways back up to resistance, and then support, and then bounce off support, sell off at resistance, and on the way down this turns into support. So this gap is still in play. This gap is still in play. This one closed. So this one will take us down to 101.02, 108. Let me mark this out. 108.43. Just do this upper one. 111.13. And this gap is still in play to 127.01. Almost. Look how close we were. So close. Okay, that's it. Nike is the next one. We ended the week at 74.34, basically at the middle of the trend. Above that, 74.95, 75.27, 75.62 to the south side, 73.59, 73.23, 72.90-ish. Looking left, right, the bounce at support, sell off at clear resistance and resistance here. And if we're up here, this turns into support. Tried to grind up, but failed. Boom, back down to that level of support. Okay, let me clean this up. This is still a threat to our account. Did not close to the south side. We are in an upward channel with Nike. I'll just mark it up here. Okay, and then this one, did we touch? Yeah, we did right there. Okay, that touched to the north side at roughly 73.98 and then collapsed off resistance. I don't care what ticker you're looking at. It will always crack at resistance, down to support. Could there be another leg up? Of course. And the cycle repeats itself. Okay, this gap, I extended out into the previous week. Don't know when it's going to touch, no clue. But it did touch out of the gate on Monday, right about there. So let's take a look at this and clean this up. This took us down to 71.62, no longer a threat to our account. Oops. To the south side, obviously there are other threats, just not this one, thank goodness. And then look at this though. Look at this wick touching this, which would turn into support, and then a bounce off of that. And then this little gap closed, but I didn't draw it. Oh well. Now, the next one is this gap. So we touched right here, okay, and then fell some more, but bounced up in general. 71.36. Oops. Delete. Where's my delete button? Draw this. Right there. Done. Oh, wait a minute. That actually touched this previous week starting on Monday the 22nd. Nope. See, I should really be looking at this on the bigger time frame instead of wasting my time trying to mark this out. But then the chart gets wonky. If I mark things out on one time frame and go to another time frame, it's not going to line up. Okay, this closed out, so that's good. But did it really close right here? No, it did not. See that? If you make it bigger, you'll see that better. All right, I think, oh, what's going on with this one? Why did I mark? Ah, that's a delete. All right, and then we've got this gap to the upside. That will take us to 94.27. Don't hold your breath, but that's something to look forward to in the big picture. Okay. And that's it for the gaps to the south side. CVS, we ended the week at 57.11, down 1.28%. All right. To the north side, 57.91, 58.37, 58.76-ish, right there. To the south side, 56.30, 55.89, and 55.47. Note the bounce at support, 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 clear sell-off at resistance, resistance, and resistance. All right, as far as the gaps go, this gap is still in play. Note the downward channel, moving farther away from this gap, something to be aware of when we correct. All right, so what's going on with this gap? It's a gap within a gap within a gap. What the heck? Look at this. Wow. Okay, so we gapped down, so anticipate a fill to the upside at 67.70 and 67.70 up here. So let me just mark this one. Got to get rid of my magnet. Got to be consistent here, so let me delete that one. Okay, so 63.19 to the upside there. Okay, so the next one is going to be Intel. So I dollar cost averaged down. I'll talk about that in a second. I'll show it to you. So we are here at 1971, down 3.81%. So to the north side, because we're basically at the middle of the trend, 2028, 2056, 2084. To the south side, 1918, 1889, 1861. Looking left, as far as the gaps go, we gapped to the downside, so that means we filled to the upside, and that was on Monday. So this is still in play for the upcoming week. Fills at 21.41, and then we have this baby gap that is also in play. Okay, that's done for charting. Then we have this monstrosity up here because we collapsed like crazy up to 29.04. Not in the channel, not in the zone, but while we're still going down, it's not as steep as it has been in the past. So I bought here when we were down, what, we were down 26%. We bled out. Then we gapped down and I bought down here, went down even more. We tried to cauterize the wound and look what happened. It opened up again here. But anyway, so we bounced up, fell back down to support, bounced up to resistance. So if I bought here, I could have sold out here had I been tracking everything. But I'm not home right now. I'm visiting family. So I am not doing this during the daytime hours. I'm just reviewing things at night. But you could have bought down here and sold out right here for a quick trade at 8.99%. So congratulations if you did and made some money off of that. But what did we do? We started up here and then we cracked to here. I mean, it was a free fall. But that's a 12% decrease. How is that a 12? Oh. Okay. So that's Intel. Oh, and then we have other gaps to the upside, as I mentioned. But I think long term, yeah, $29.57. But that's a very long ways away. Next one is Rivian. I gotta keep this moving here because I have many tickers to go over and I don't like to make 30-minute videos because nobody watches them. Okay, $13.95. I don't even like to watch them. $14.20. $14.99. $15.40. $15.80. $13.41. $12.98 and $12.58-ish. As far as the gaps go, this monstrosity of a gap to $12 opened up basically on Tuesday the 25th, $12 to the south side. Just option R that to help me reset. So this is the week I am tracking right here, still going downward. And this one will take us again to $12. And oops. This gap down, then we fill it to the upside and it touched there at roughly $14.78. And then this one, what happened? That did not touch there, although it looks like it did. Let me just see this one again. Nope. Okay, it did right here though. So that's done at $15.20. And we have this gap to the upside, taking us to $17.47, not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close, moving farther away from that target. And if we continue to go south, this could touch on Friday. Next one is TSLA. I'm in this one and I should have sold out, but I didn't. That's what happens. I just stayed too long. Okay. $13.46, $13.85, $14.25, $12.68, $11.89, $11.50, and $11.10. Let's clean up the gaps here. Note though, however, the bounce at support, sell off at resistance. Okay, this opened up. So we gapped down, so I anticipate a fill to the upside. That'll take us into next week. And then this gap at $13.19 touched. That's been a long time. Look at this. A long time in the making. So that touched or that opened up on April 23rd of 23. All right, look how long it took us to basically retrace our steps. Okay, so I need to figure out where did this touch, and it touched right here because again I just extended. I have no idea when it's going to touch, and that's why I have to go back and clean up the chart. That is done 1319 to the south side. Okay, and this one is still in play for the upcoming week, as well as this one. Let me just mark this 1409. And this one is 1437. So then we've got this gap, but we're not in the channel, not in the zone. I'm not going to mark that out again until I get to that level, which isn't close at all. Moving farther away from those upper gaps, unfortunately. But I believe in this ticker long term. Next one is SoFi. This one's bled out as well. Middle of the trend, 665, 681, 689, 696, 650, 642, and 635. This gap opened up, still in play to the south side. I'll change out the color in just a second. I think, yeah. Actually, I'm going to do, let's just move this into next week. Closing out at 713. We are in an upward channel. If we touch and continue in the path, on the path that we are right now, that could touch on Thursday. But you never know when we get flushed out. So let me change that. And this gap touched right there to the south side at 645. This one will take us to 713, my previous buy-in line, as well as down below. Yes, I need this to get to 10 bucks. Let it ride. Okay, finally, the last one is NEO. We ended the day at 378, 379, 390, 395, and roughly $4 to the south side, 370, 365, and 360. All right, as far as the gaps go, this one closed out roughly at 378. Oh, and this one gapped up, I think. Yep, right here. I could just tell there was something off that I did not mark. So we gapped down. I'll anticipate a gap fill to the upside. And that's basically at where the price target was last time I checked it. So that will touch at 405. So that one touched down to roughly 418. This one is 412. If I didn't say that already, I'm getting sidetracked. That one takes us to 468, 488, 528, not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close. Moving farther away from these gaps because we still are going down. However, the gap is not going down as severely as it has in the past. And now let me put it back to Tesla. That is a look at your gap and go trades for the week of August 12th through the 16th. I will try to update any gaps that form in the upcoming week and make a chart or a video out of that as well. Have a great trading week.